Hello everybody, my name is Chrissy. Welcome back to my channel. This is Everyday Tidbits. Thank you so much for joining me this morning, hitting that play button and deciding to spend your day with me. I'm having company tonight, so we're going to be cleaning up the house a little bit and making some dinner. We're going to start out by loading the dishwasher so that I can wash all my vegetables and get meal prepping.
Baby, if we talk for a minute, then maybe we'd be getting somewhere. To see where this is going, I really need to know, babe. Can we just open up? Cause I got to know if you feel the things I do. I might need some help if you let me go.
For dinner tonight, I am making bruschetta chicken. I'm trying to keep a low point value meal and stay on track for my weight loss. We're going to start out by washing these tomatoes and potatoes. I usually like to start meal prep early in the day when I have company, so that way it frees me up for the rest of the day, and all I have to do right before they come over is just throw everything in the oven.
For so long, I've been thinking that we're more than just friends. Oh yeah. Oh, but maybe your heart is falling for someone else. Whoa, maybe we should talk for a minute. Then maybe
So we are going to meal prep ahead the bruschetta that's going to go on top. And what we need for that is a whole bunch of Roma tomatoes, otherwise known as plum tomatoes, and make sure that you pick firm ones so that they don't get too mushy when you cook them. So we're going to chop these up. We're going to dice them. You're going to need a good healthy handful of fresh basil. You're going to need some garlic. I never measure garlic according to a recipe. I measure it with my heart. I love garlic, so I'm probably going to put like 3 or 4 cloves in there. And then I may or may not use this whole onion. If you have a red onion, that goes well in this too, but I'm using what I have because I have a 3-pound bag of onions I need to, use up. So, and then you also need some balsamic vinegar. The recipe says to use whatever vinegar you have on hand. I recently went to Smithville, and there's a little store down there that has like organic, gourmet olive oils and vinegars, and I picked up this smoked one, so I'm going to use that. And then on top, when you're done, you use a glaze. So I'm going to finish it off with this glaze that goes on top. But inside the actual bruschetta, mixture, we're using a little bit of that. And then salt and pepper. So we're going to chop that up, and I'm going to let it sit all day in the refrigerator so that the flavors can come together, and then cook the chicken with that on top of it. It's going to be delicious.
Love is like a roller coaster, but I'm trying to hold on. I don't want it to stop. Even though we fight sometimes and it feels like a war zone, I still care about us.
I absolutely love cooking. I find it very therapeutic, especially if there's a lot of chopping involved. I just feel like it's so satisfying to watch like a big bowl of chopped vegetables fill up, the colors, the rainbow of it. It's just so satisfying and so relaxing to me. And I love to cook for people because I feel like I show love with food. So I enjoy watching people eat my food and tell me that it tastes good, because I feel like that's the most rewarding and most satisfying thing to do.
I just wanna love you a little bit more. Oh, I know that it's difficult dealing with emotions, but I want you to know that you'll always be on my mind, even in the hard times. I care about you. How do you move on when everything goes wrong? I'm trying to find a way to get you out my head. Don't know how to cope with being so broken. Girl, I can't forget about what we said. I just wanna love you a little bit.
Usually when I have company, I pick a very rich and decadent meal to serve, especially since it's more chilly out. I usually go with a hearty casserole or something really delicious and rich in the crock pot, but I was trying to keep low in points. So choosing this bruschetta chicken I think was a great idea because chicken breast is free, all the vegetables are free. The only thing I had to count for points was the potatoes that I'm roasting, a little bit of olive oil, and the balsamic glaze, and that's it. Everything else was pretty much 0 points. So this was a very delicious meal and it was low in points, so that's a win-win in my book.
When everything is wrong, I'm trying to find a way to get you out my head. Don't know how to cope with being so broken. Girl, I can't forget about what you said. I just wanna love you a little bit more. Don't just walk away from me and close the door. Baby, pull me closer now before it's over. I just wanna love you a little bit more. Oh, love you a little bit more. Just a little bit. Love you a little bit more. Love you a little bit more. Just a little bit. Love you a little bit more.
The next thing I'm doing here is I'm going to prep my chicken breast. I'm just going to trim the fat off, put some garlic and just a tiny bit of olive oil in a plastic bag so that I can kind of marinate the chicken without adding too much oil to it. After I trim the fat off the chicken breast, I'm just going to score the front a little bit so that garlic and flavor gets into the chicken breast and we have a nicely seasoned, delicious chicken for later. I am not seasoning it now. I'm not putting the salt and pepper because I don't want the salt to draw too much moisture out of the chicken breast. I will add that later when I cook it.
The candles out, move your body slow. You got something on your mind, I'ma try to help you let it go.
I'm going to do the same thing with my potatoes. I'm just going to cube them into bite-sized pieces, add just a tiny bit of olive oil, maybe like a tablespoon, not even. And then I'm going to chop up some fresh rosemary and fresh thyme sprigs, throw them in the bag, and just let that marinate all day so that all I have to do later is pour it in the pan and cook it.
When I was down and you were there to save me, telling me that I'll be fine. Put some music on, turn the lights down low, throw the pillows off the bed, blow the candles out, move your body slow. You got something on your mind, I'ma try to help you let it go.
For the asparagus, I'm going to prep them by cutting off the rough edges right there, and then I'm going to add them to the bag with some olive oil, just a tiny little bit, and some lemon juice.
If you got something on your mind, I'ma try to help you let it go. You got something on your mind, I'ma try to help you let it go.
Now that all my meal prepping is done, I'm going to clean up my workspace and get to cleaning the rest of the house. I feel like when I meal prep early in the day for guests, it really does help me out so much because I can get everything else done. It's early in the day. I have time to prepare. I have time to exercise. I have time to get in the shower, do other things. And then when the guests come over, the food's already in the oven because everything's already done. So I have more time to socialize with my friends.
Another broken plate, Another called off date.
This area of my countertop seems to always be a collection for stuff. I'll clean it, declutter it, put stuff away, and then it just seems to accumulate stuff. If you follow the Fly Lady, if you don't, I highly recommend her. She's awesome. But if you follow the Fly Lady, she calls areas of your home like this a hotspot, whether it's your countertop or a chair that accumulates stuff in your bedroom. I have one of those too, unfortunately. But she calls it a hotspot, and basically it's a spot of clutter, of random things throughout your house that just need to be put away. So I need to do that one day. I just have to find a spot for everything where it has a designated area, and then I don't have areas of clutter like this.
Even the words can sing. I wanna change a thing, 'cause without you everything means nothing. You make me lose my mind like all the time. It still feels right. Sitting by the phone, hoping you'll answer yours. Baby, let's talk until we're fine. You've been in bed for days, empty without me, you say. Can't you just magically turn up in mine? Then you knock on my door on the second floor, and I feel okay. We just made it through, and I love the way I feel for you.
I needed to wipe down the surface of my cabinets. I had not done that in a while, and if you know, it accumulates like a sticky film, I guess, from the grease and stuff cooking and dust and whatnot, but I hadn't done it in a while, so I took out my end dust. I like to use some kind of dusting cleaning solution on my cabinets because they do have wood and it puts a nice shine on them. If there's anything that's really sticky, I'll get out like Windex or something like that, or a degreaser, and try to get the tough stuff off. But for the most part, end dust works pretty good. And I love this citrus one because it gives my kitchen a nice citrusy smell, and it makes my cabinets really shiny.
Get it right, but it still feels right. We never get it right, but somehow it feels right. That's how I feel about you. You make me lose my mind like all the time. It still feels right. Stuck in an endless fight like every night. It still feels right. Even the words can stay. I wanna change a thing, 'cause without you everything means nothing.
My stove and dishwasher, I'm just going to be using the all-purpose Jaws cleaner. I actually won this in a contest. I was so excited. They were holding a contest a few weeks ago, and I won a bottle of Jaws with 4 cartridge refills and 6 e-claws, and it made me so happy. And they actually included 4 cartridges of the Windex as well. They're all-purpose like window glass cleaner, and it made my day. I know, as an adult, we get so excited about free products, especially cleaning things, because cleaning products are getting really expensive since the virus hit. So to get free stuff and to win a contest just absolutely made my day. I was so excited.
You know I'm dreaming about us two, playing around without a clue. On the edge, cleaning out. With us it's all or nothing. Ooh, but guess I need more of you. With us it's all or nothing, but guess I need more of you. You say it during night, but in the morning you just leave.
I use that citrus end dust on the table as well to clean it, and then I'm going to set the table for my guests. I like to do this ahead of time as well. Again, one less thing I have to do later. So I'm just going to put our plates and silverware out. Usually when guests come over, I like to serve the food buffet style, so everybody goes up, helps themselves, and then we can come back to the table. I don't put the food on the table because I feel like I like to be face to face with my guests with nothing in between, so that we can have a conversation that's unobstructed. The timer on the laundry just went off. I usually set it the night before. When I get home from work, I just throw my uniform in there and whatever other laundry I have and run a load. And I set the timer for the next day, so that way when I'm ready the next morning, I can just switch the laundry over. So whatever cannot go in the dryer, I use this laundry rack. I got it from Walmart a couple years ago. I use it every single time I do laundry. Whatever can't go in the dryer goes on this, and then whatever can go in the dryer, I throw that in with a couple of dryer balls and some dryer sheets.
Nothing. Ooh, but guess I need more of you. Why don't you stay? Why don't we talk about this? Why don't you stay, stay? Why don't we talk about this? With us it's all or nothing. Ooh, but guess I need more of you. With us it's all or nothing. But guess I need more of you. You say you do at night, but in the morning you just sleep.
I have a huge pile to fold today. I had the laundry from last time. On my days off, I catch up on laundry. On the days that I work, it's a 12-and-a-half-hour day, so I don't like to do anything when I come home. So I have this big load to fold. I have 2 baskets here because I'm dividing the clothes between my clothes and my daughter's clothes. I will fold and wash her clothes, but it's up to her to put everything away. So I put all her clothes in a basket and just put it in her room, and she takes care of it from there.
Say you do at night, but in the morning you just sleep. With us it's all or nothing. Better say something that will change my mind. Gotta give me something.
I'm sure you've noticed that once again, I am in athletic wear. I don't just like wear it to lounge around my house. I actually get dressed to work out. So I usually try to get my chores in the house done first, because if I work out first, I'm gonna want to shower and then I don't want to do anything else for the rest of the day. So I do get dressed to motivate myself to get moving, try to get all my house chores done first, and then I work out, shower, and I'm free for the rest of the day.
I love how you read my mind when I'm lying. I'm trying.
2 days ago, my daughter took everything off the shelves and she did a really good dusting with the End Dust Citrus. So I'm just taking this floofy thing and going over real quick to do a quick dust before company comes.
That will blow my mind. If I have learned one thing, it's wasting time. And I don't know how to enjoy it. Every time you tell me it's not there, I suppose that we won't stand a chance. I love how you read my mind when I'm lying. I'm trying to be right the whole time. You don't fight it. I try it.
You guys will be seeing this video on Saturday the 30th, which means tomorrow is Halloween. Let me know in the comments what you guys are doing for Halloween. Do you have traditions? Do you just go trick-or-treating? Do you like to stay home and give out candy? We had traditions in the past where we would go with my neighbors and a bunch of kids, and then we would always have dinner in the crock pot. We would fill coffee mugs with a special witch's brew and walk around with the adults and have our witch's brew while the kids trick-or-treated, and it was a lot of fun. But as the kids got older, we grew apart from that. My daughter always says she wants to stay home and give out candy, but this year we're actually meeting up with my best friend and her kids, and we're gonna go trick-or-treating with them. I'm really excited about it. I love my best friend. We always have a good time together, and since my daughter's getting a little older, I don't know how many more trick-or-treating days we're gonna have, so I actually took off from work so I can enjoy the day with her. So let me know in the comments, guys, what do you guys do for Halloween? And I hope you have a really safe and healthy Halloween day and Halloween night, and just watch out for those mischief nights.
Losing you, I for losing you. Left our love up on those dusty shelves. Can't forgive myself for losing you.
Now that I'm finally caught up on laundry, I have to put it all away. This is my least favorite part of laundry, is taking everything out, hanging it up, and putting away. So I just need to take a few minutes to do that and just get it done and over with.
Now I feel so stupid. Don't you feel that too? The feeling lingers on every day of every month. Wishing I just could forget about you. The weight upon my bones makes it harder to move on. Oh baby, don't think that I'll ever forgive myself for losing you, or for losing you. Left our love up on those dusty shelves. Can't forgive myself for losing you. For losing you. For losing you.
And now it's finally time to get dinner started. This chicken bruschetta is going to take about 45 minutes in the oven at 400. You want the chicken to be 165 degrees, and then you know it is done. So I'm going to add my chicken to the pan. I've sprayed it with a little bit of avocado oil spray, and I'm going to season it both sides with salt and pepper, since I did not season it before I added it to the plastic bag with the garlic and the olive oil. So once I have both sides seasoned, I'm going to put the bruschetta over it and put that in the oven. I'm also timing my vegetables so that everything is done at the same time. The potatoes are going to take about 45 minutes, and the asparagus takes about 20. So I'm going to put the potatoes in at the same time I put the chicken in, and then about halfway through, after about 25 minutes, I'm going to take them out, mix them up a little bit so that they don't burn, and then I'm going to add the asparagus. Then I set a timer for about 10 minutes, mix the asparagus, put it in for another 10 minutes, and then everything is done at the same time and cooked to perfection.
One who's breaking I said that I needed you, like a late night with someone that I knew.
I'm using fat-free mozzarella for the top of my bruschetta chicken because for a quarter cup, it is 0 points. So to keep the point value down, that's what I used. And I sprayed the top of the cheese with a little bit of avocado oil spray, and that helps it melt a little bit. But forewarned, it does not melt like full-fat cheese. So if you're looking for melty goodness, you're gonna have to use full-fat cheese for this. And that's fine, because for a quarter cup, it's about 3 points. You'll just have to count the point values if you're following Weight Watchers. If not, you go ahead and just pour that cheese on, because the more the better in my opinion. But like I said, I used fat-free just to keep the point values down. When the chicken came out of the oven, I just drizzled the top with a little bit of balsamic glaze, and it was the perfect finishing touch. This meal was so good. I just want to thank you all so much for joining me today. I really appreciate your support. If you could, please hit that subscribe button down below and hit the bell notification so that you're notified every time I post. Follow me on Instagram at everyday_tidbits and Facebook at everydaytidbits, because I would love for you to be a part of my social media family. I hope everyone's being safe out there, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye.